Okay, hello everyone. I'd like to call the Local Housing Authority special meeting of May 10th to order, 2017. It's 12:33 p.m. Roll call, board members. I'm here. James Del Savio. Here. Bernard Manzer. Here. Greg Gatton. Here. Thomas Canty. Jason Sweeney. Here. Marcia Weiss.
Here.
We have one resolution to discuss today. Before we do that, I'll open up for public comment. Again, you have 2 minutes. And most of you know by now we cannot have any dialogue. We can't answer questions, but we will make note and get back to you as soon as possible with the answers to your questions. So, would anyone like to start? Yes.
I'd like to address the fact that the new washing machine doesn't work. It was, somebody had tried it and the money, they wouldn't accept the money, so I'd like to see that taken care of. And the big dryer is just taking up so much space, and I'd like to see that out of there and get the right one in.
So you make, there's some adjustments you need, right?
Yes, at Kingsborough or Forest Hill?
Forest Hill.
Both, actually.
Oh, I know both.
Yeah. The dryers are going to be removed. The larger dryers are going to be removed that are currently in there. The smaller ones will be installed.
Okay.
And those are on order. They're supposed to be coming in.
Okay. What about the one that doesn't work?
The big dryer, the big washer.
Yeah.
I'll find out today.
Okay.
Problem. So the coin mechanism doesn't work, is what you're saying?
No. Somebody said they couldn't get their laundry out.
They started to put money in, but it only took like $250, and I think it was supposed to be $350 or something like that. And then, because it was locked, and they didn't go through the cycle, they couldn't get the clothes out.
Okay. I'll check on that today.
Thanks, Pat. Anyone else? Yes.
I'd like to read something. It's from the Chapter 44, Sub A of the Consolidated Laws of New York, annotated. Article Roman 3, Municipal Housing Authorities, McKinney's Public Housing Law, Section 36, Disqualification of Members and Employees of Authorities. This is current. No member or employee of an authority shall acquire any interest, direct or indirect, in a project or in any property then or thereafter included or planned to be included in a project, nor retain any interest, direct or indirect, in any property acquired subsequently to his appointment or employment, which is later included or to his knowledge planned to be included in a project, nor shall he have any interest, direct or indirect, in any contract or proposed contract for materials or services to be furnished or used in connection with any project. If any member or employee of any authority owns or controls an interest, direct or indirect, in any property included in any project which was acquired prior to his appointment or employment, he shall disclose such interest and the date of acquisition thereof in writing to the authority prior to such appointment, and such disclosure shall be entered upon the minutes of the authority. I'm going to ask for a legal interpretation of that, and as it applies to Homestead Management and Development Corporation, Limited Liability Corporation, Timothy Mattice, as registered with the Office of the State Secretary of State, Division of Corporations. I'm on McKinney's Housing Law 30, Organization of Authorities. I want to read something under Section 4. No more than one member of an authority may be an official or an employee of the municipality at any one time. In the event that an official or an employee of the municipality shall be appointed as a member of the authority, acceptance or retention of such appointment shall not be deemed a forfeiture of his municipal office or employment, or incompatible therewith, or affect his tenure or compensation anyway. The term of office of a member of an authority who is an official of the municipality shall terminate at the expiration of the term of his municipal office. There seems to be some question with respect to a challenge to the appointment of Marcia Weiss. That may be a rumor, but certainly it is legal.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Now, you just said that you'll get back to us if we ask a question. I've asked a lot of questions since January about the LLCs and all the other businesses that the housing authority is involved with, which seem to have caused all the issues that the housing authority has at this point in time. But yet, since January, I've been to every meeting, and I have yet to hear any conversation other than, we're gonna sell that property, and we're also gonna sell that property. That's all. There's nothing on it. You have yet to get back. So you're just saying that just because you want to, Mike? That's just,
I don't understand your question.
you don't understand the question.
Dan, you're being
You have-
disingenuous. You and I
You
had a
have a
conversation.
question?
Hold on, Mike.
You have a question?
You and I had a conversation for 20 minutes on these LLCs. I explained the various relationships. And then you come here in front of all these people who have not had a conversation with us, and you act like you don't know. I had to talk to you for 20 minutes, and you left that conversation indicating you understood.
No, you did not elaborate on what was going on. Bernie, don't be laughing. You weren't there.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't.
But Dan, you and I did have a conversation, did we not?
We had a conversation. But the thing of it is, when I asked the question about the Kingsborough Hotel, Mr. Mattice says, we're not involved in it. But yet in November, the deed changed from that building to the Gloversville Housing Development Fund Corporation. Whatever that is. Who runs it? Who is the owner of it? We don't know. The public does not know. I kind of wonder if anybody on the board knows. But yet, we're managing it, and there's people down there, and there's all kinds of stuff going on.
I explained
But
to you, there's a partnership.
the public doesn't know.
Okay, there's a
The
partnership.
public doesn't know. Maybe Dan Kenine knows, but the public doesn't know. And it's taxpayers' money, and you people should be telling the taxpayers what's going on. Seriously.
Anyone else?
Can I be allowed to follow up on that, please? I have documentation here that I think you all want to have.
No, we have one opportunity to speak. We gotta move on. Anyone else? Yes.
I have a question. The pest control inspection on this Friday, the 12th, is that going to be incorporated with the yearly inspection, like the first?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Wasn't that made public about our involvement in the Kingsborough Park?
Yeah, we had several public meetings about that.
I don't know, you must not
I
pay
don't-
attention.
Right. No one was at
I've
that
been here
here.
since January. Haven't heard
You're not
anything.
listening. It was in the Leader Herald.
You might have it in your private meetings, but you
Yeah,
haven't.
these were
Yeah.
public, meetings back in 2016 when we were organizing
Right.
and developing that project. We had resolutions, as a matter of fact. I would suggest, Mike, that, again, if Mr. Knight has any specific questions,
Right.
as we explain to one here in attendance, please write those specific questions down in writing, and we would be happy to respond to those. So if Mr. Knight has any questions, please write those down, and we will respond in detail to those, and then we will present those questions in public at our next meeting. So we have to have those in writing, because we're not quite sure what the specific questions are, but that helps us be able to address the questions appropriately when we know what the specific question is. So I encourage anyone, if you have questions, please write them down, and we will respond, and then we will respond publicly at our next meeting with those questions. And you can do those through email, you can write those down on a piece of paper, or we have comment sheets that you can utilize as well.
Anyone else? Yes.
I just have a question about the inspections. Last month, we got a notice at Forest Hill that there were going to be annual inspections when they did our bug inspections at the same time. But since then, we've received no date at all when they're happening in our building. A lot of people would like to know that. So we could plan, I mean, if there's a date that the pest people come, could we just find out so that people can know and make their arrangements?
Typically, it'll probably be on a regular cycle, but I'll confirm the date for you.
Yes.
I would just like to, if I'm in the washing machines that were put in, if you could put a bigger notice up above them, that if they're going to use a regular detergent, to use less amount than what you would, because it has, one of those things where that special detergent that they get out of the wash machines, if you use that, it's fine, but if you use a regular detergent, you will have an overflow of salt. I know, because I just went through that. But there's a sign on the machine, but it's very small and it's down low. And for people like me who are trouble seeing, just make it a bigger notice so people will see it, because I know there's been 2 or 3 that's experienced that.
Thank you. Anyone else? No? Okay, I'll close the public comment section. Thank you. We have a resolution number 708. Whereas the mayor of the city of Gloversville recently appointed Marcia Weiss to fill a vacancy on the board of commissioners of the Gloversville Housing Authority, and whereas Mrs. Weiss is also a sitting councilwoman on the city of Gloversville City Council First Ward, and whereas the board of directors is concerned that there could be a potential conflict of interest created by this appointment due to Mrs. Weiss's position on the city council, and the fact that she will now be sitting on a board which makes decisions which directly impact the lives of various tenants who reside within her ward of the city and who are also constituent voters in an upcoming election year for the mayor as well as councilwoman. And whereas the board of commissioners would like to submit the appointment to the Fulton County Ethics Board and or the New York State Joint Commission on Public Ethics for their review in order to determine if this is a conflict of interest or whether a conflict of interest could arise in the future due to Mrs. Weiss's current seat on the city council. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners has decided to submit to King the appointment of Mrs. Weiss to the Board of the Gloversville Housing Authority, to the Fulton County Ethics Board, and or New York State Commission on Public Ethics for their review in order to determine if this appointment presents a conflict of interest to the board due to Mrs. Weiss being a city councilwoman for the city of Gloversville. Do I have a second?
How far did you go in school? I cried out loud. I just read the statute to you.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mr. Manzer. You're out of order.
Doesn't matter to me. Why don't you get it right?
You're out of order. Please be quiet. Any discussion?
Yeah, I have a question.
Certainly.
I'd like to know, has this already been sent to ethics, or are you requesting it?
This is a request.
Okay.
A request.
Just to be clear, you're not questioning the legality of her appointment. You're just questioning whether there was conflict of interest. Is that correct?
Yes. We're not questioning the legality.
It's totally legal.
That should go to the state comptroller for an opinion. You got the wrong place to go.
You're out of order, Mr. Castellani. If you keep talking, I'm going to have it removed. You're interrupting the meeting. Please. Enough's enough. Any other discussion?
No, honestly, for me, I figured you'd do anything you could to get me off this board.
I don't think you should take it personally.
Oh,
It could be any other
personal. I
It
think
could
you
be
know
any
that.
other city council. We just think it's a
No,
conflict
it's
of
me.
interest.
It's me.
It's a conflict of interest.
You're afraid.
You're afraid of her.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Why don't you turn in your resignation, Mike? You lied to Buffalo. We have a letter.
Did we get a motion in a second?
Can I got a second? Okay, should we have a roll call vote? Any other discussion?
I have one question, Mr. Chairman. Does this new appointment cancel out Mr. Canty?
These are the concerns. Let's further discuss this. When King needed 2 appointments, and Mr. Canty and Mr. Gatton, he had the courtesy to approach me as the chairman and ask me who I would suggest to be on the board. But unfortunately, for Mrs. Weiss's appointment, he did it without the courtesy of engaging in any conversation with the executive director, myself, or anybody else on the board.
Well, Candy has legal problems.
There's a history of criminal
That's one of my
conduct and wife
concerns.
beating.
That's one of my concerns.
This is,
Moral turpitude issue.
here we go. You know what?
We
do have a lawyer here. We do have a lawyer here. We do have a lawyer here. Let's take this down. Take this down. I want to,
Mr. Campy's a criminal. Write that down. That's
I
what
have
he
been
said.
told that there is a
That's
history
what
of
he said. No,
criminal
no, no, no.
conduct.
He said, Mr. Campy's a criminal.
I'll clarify
Why
that.
is it the black guy? Why is it the black guy's gone?
There is a
Okay?
history
Why
I've been
is it the
told.
black guy's gone? And why is it that other people
Got
with
nothing to do
criminal
with
records,
color.
why is it other people with criminal records not gone?
I have been
No,
told that he has
no,
a
I
criminal
want to hear
record.
what you've been told.
And it
Because you
involves
don't know.
wife beating, etc.
No,
That's what I have been told.
no, bull. I don't want to hear it. If I find out blackmail's been used to get him off of here, then you're going to hear something, Danny.
Get the court records.
I don't have to get the court records.
Well, then I don't know
There
what
is
you're
no conviction on anything. So if I
That's
find
not what
out
I've
that
been
there's
told.
blackmail,
That's the mayor's.
no, bull. The mayor picked.
The mayor can
the mayor
appoint who he
picked.
wants to.
The mayor picked my coach's daughter, who I loved more than anybody in the world. Okay.
Not today,
Okay.
but any other
Not
day.
today, but most days. I'm talking about Sam, not you.
I know that.
Anyway, but, you know, this is a total political, this is just a total political thing, okay? Mike ran against Mr. King for mayor, so now Mr. King, just, you know, now we got Ms. Weiss here. If Mr. Canty has been forced out using blackmail, there's gonna be trouble.
Why don't you check the history of Mrs. Weiss?
I'd like to respond to this since it's all about me.
It's not about you at all.
Well, it is.
That's totally not about you at all.
My name is on the resolution, so I'd like to be able to respond to
Unfortunately, you're the
this.
person who took the
I
appointment.
did not take Mr. Canty's appointment.
We're not
I
saying that.
took, well, that's what was just said. No, it wasn't. It was Tony's. It was Tony's position that I took.
Right.
Mr. Canty's position was taken by someone else last Easter.
Who might that be? I don't know
Well,
about
you
that
talked to
either.
the mayor.
All right.
Well, maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe
Maybe
that's part of the problem.
Mike, as the chairman, you should be talking to the mayor because he.
Listen, wait a minute. He needs to approach me about an appointment. I don't need to ask him
You both
after
need
the
to
fact.
communicate. That's part of, you're the
I
chairman of
know
the
you're
board.
talking about political things.
Okay,
This is
all
a
right,
political
got her here now.
problem to begin
What's
with.
going on, guys? Why are we here?
We're fine right now.
Okay, I need a little more explanation than we're fine right now, sir. I
We had
apologize.
some disruptive participants that we were concerned about, and so we just wanted to make sure that it didn't get out of hand, so.
Okay, well, unfortunately, we have a 911 call that was generated. That 911 call says that we have somebody that's out of control in here. Our concern is that somebody's going to be hurt or whatnot. Is that the case, or is that not
No,
the case?
it's
sir?
not. No, it was just a boisterous interruption.
Okay.
And that's all. I mean, it wasn't anything harmful.
Okay, as long as everybody's okay and everybody's safe, that's our primary goal, is to
Yeah.
make sure that everybody's safe. But understand that we do have an obligation that if we come
There's a
back.
protocol here that we allow the public to speak.
Okay.
And they're given time to do that, then if they can't follow that, then it becomes disruptive to the board and to the meeting, so that's
Okay.
why it was called, so.
All right, no, don't get me wrong. I mean, you guys, we are here for you guys, and your safety is primary. So if we get called here, what it was put over is someone was out of control here, and our concern would be that someone is going to be harmed or has been harmed. If that's not the case, then I'll get out of your guys' hair. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Have a good day, folks.
Thank you.
I'll again say for your benefit, Jason, when Greg and Tantia were appointed, the mayor approached me and asked me for some. Now, the last two appointments, evidently there's another one now that you're not aware of, that he did not communicate with me on. I was not aware of it. Nor was I at Mrs. Weiss's appointment.
I'm not saying that you have to go to him, I'm saying that you two should be communicating.
If he communicated with me, I would have given him my opinion. I would have given him my opinion if he communicated with me. He didn't communicate that with me. He did it without the courtesy of communicating with anyone. That's the point.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that he's
Well,
wrong.
then what are you saying?
I'm saying, if you're the chairman of the Gloversville Housing Board,
Yeah.
you should be able to communicate.
And I
with
did
the
when they
mayor.
appointed TA and Greg. I did communicate with them.
Okay, well then.
Because I had an opportunity to. I didn't have an opportunity to talk about it for Mrs. Weiss and whoever.
Well, because you didn't have an
last night.
opportunity to talk to the mayor.
You don't think the mayor should call him and ask him, tell him who he's appointing somebody?
The way I'm understanding it,
Jace, come on.
this is the reason why he wants to have this hearing.
That's right.
You don't think he should ask him, tell him who he's going to appoint?
Yeah, he should tell him. I'm not saying it should.
I'm not saying it's a courtesy, it's just a courtesy.
You're right, it is.
He's not a courtesy, there's no courtesy.
I mean,
All right, listen, we have a motion on the floor. Take
Could
a
I
vote.
please say something?
No. I have a motion on the floor.
Excuse me?
No.
We closed
Public
off
comment
the
is
public
open.
comment.
Public comment section's open.
10
Closed.
minutes ago, we closed it.
Unbelievable.
Wasn't that
You had it.
You
Yeah.
had a chance to speak earlier, you didn't speak.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Another,
All right, we have a
Another
resolution on the
market,
floor. Yes or no? Sweeney?
no.
Weiss?
No.
I think you need to abstain, don't you?
Well, then,
No,
don't
no,
ask
She can
me.
vote.
Well, you need to
can
abstain.
vote.
Say
Fine,
abstain.
I'll abstain.
And you have Gatton,
Yes.
Mander,
Yes.
El Savio, Monticello, yes. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1. One abstention. It passes. We will submit this for review and see what their opinion is.
yeah.
Anything else
exactly.
for the board?
Talk about ethics.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Motion. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.